Have you ever noticed how often the Bible talks about light? Some of its first words are God saying, "Let there be light." Some of its very last words are God promising that in the New Jerusalem we'll need no lamps or sun because the Lord Himself will be our light. I'm kind of obsessed with light. I don't just mean that I like spaces that are bright instead of dim, or that I prefer not to stumble around searching blindly for things. I love the quality of light. Its colors, its direction, its harshness or softness, the way it reflects and refracts, the way it creates contrast and dispels shadows. My favorite kind of light comes in the early morning or late afternoon when slim golden shafts of sunshine penetrate unusually far into interior spaces, bouncing off surfaces to create surprising moments of brightness in the dark. I'm not aware of any single English word for what I'm describing. My daughter, who's studying German, calls it
Glücklicht.
Glücklicht.
Yeah. It roughly translates to happy light or fortunate light, and I think the best translation is blessed light. You can make a word for anything in German.
In C.S. Lewis's famous Meditation in a Toolshed, he recounts his own experience with Glücklicht.
I was standing today in the dark toolshed. The sun was shining outside, and through the crack at the top of the door, there came a sunbeam. From where I stood, that beam of light, with the specks of dust floating in it, was the most striking thing in the place. Everything else was almost pitch black. I was seeing the beam, not seeing things by it. Then I moved, so that the beam fell on my eyes. Instantly, the whole previous picture vanished. I saw no tool shed, and above all, no beam. Instead, I saw, framed in the irregular cranny at the top of the door, green leaves moving on the branches of a tree outside. Beyond that, 90-odd million miles away, the sun. Looking along the beam and looking at the beam are very different experiences.
Lewis goes on to reflect that just about everything in life can be viewed, like a sunbeam, from two perspectives, either looking along the beam or at it, trying to find its meaning from the inside or the outside. Here's an example. Viewed from the inside, my love for my family is mysterious and passionate, even spiritual. It's focused on them and my relationship to them. Viewed from the outside, my love for my family is a product of genetics and hormones and social conditioning. Looking along love and at love are completely different perspectives. One perspective leans in to experience things. The other stands back to explain them. The whole reason why Lewis shares this meditation is to call into question the nearly universal modern assumption that looking at something is more true and real than looking along it. Rational people find more meaning in analyzing and explaining life than they do in embodying and experiencing it. And now, half a century after Lewis, many people are flip-flopping, leaning just as hard in the opposite direction, finding truth in looking along the beam while refusing to look at it. One moment, it's follow the science. The next moment, it's live your truth. By reflecting on sunbeams, Lewis helps us to see that both perspectives are necessary for either one of them to be fully meaningful and true. Love is both mystery and hormones. Both ways of looking illuminate the darkness. Being a good Christian disciple works the same way as looking at and looking along the beam. We must look at our theology and practice, learning the information, observing the patterns, understanding the distinctions. And yet we must also look along our theology and practice, worshiping the God who has revealed Himself in Jesus Christ, trusting everything He tells us in His Word, not just staring at the light, but as 1 John 1:17 says, walking in the light as He is in the light, in fellowship with Him and one another. The Bible talks a lot about light, but especially in relation to knowing God, because we see only in His light. Jesus is the true Glücklicht, the blessed light of the world, penetrating undimmed into our deepest darkness, dispersing the shadows, illuminating the path.
Handschuhe. Hand shoes. Gloves. Krankenwagen. Sick vehicle. Ambulance. This is my favorite one. Nachtschnecke. Naked snail. Slug. Germans, they just tell it like it is.